Hey pre-calc, so we're going to be dividing polynomials today, and we're going to stick with, for right now, polynomial long division because it works always. So to start with, if I see a problem like this, I'm going to turn it into a long division problem. So I'm going to put the number on the bottom in my denominator. By the way, this is the divisor. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, good. I got it right. Had to check in the book there for a second. Okay. And this guy is called the dividend. Okay. So we're going to put the divisor out in front, 2x plus 3. And inside our long division bar, we're going to put the dividend, 8x to the fourth. Now notice here that I'm missing my x cubed, so as a placeholder, I'm going to put 0x cubed. It just helps to keep everything lined up. And then plus 6x squared minus 3x plus 1. Okay. And now the first thing that I'm going to do is divide. My first step is to divide. And specifically, you're only going to be looking at the first terms. So I'm going to look at this 8x to the fourth and this 2x. And in my head, what I'm going to ask myself is, what is 8x to the fourth divided by 2x? So you can show this work off to the side of your paper, or you can just do it in your head, either way. And my answer to that is going to go on top of the long division bar. So 8x to the fourth divided by 2x is, let's see, 4x cubed. So I'm going to put that above the x cubed place on the top of my long division bar. Okay. After I divide, I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to distribute this 4x cubed to the 2x. 4x cubed times 2x is 8x to the fourth. By the way, if you're doing this right, when you multiply this times this, you should always get the same thing as the first term. Okay, those should always match up. And then 4x cubed times 3 is 12x cubed. And then I'm going to draw a line. Okay. Now, after I multiply, this is sort of a tricky step. The third step, what I want to do in long division is subtract. Normally you would just subtract the numbers. What's going to happen here, though, when I'm subtracting a polynomial is you're going to flip all of the signs. So this was a positive, I'm going to make it a negative. This was a positive, I'm going to make it a negative. I'm going to flip all of those signs. And then your fourth step is to bring down. So let's see, 8x to the fourth minus 8x to the fourth is nothing, they cancel out. 0 minus 12x cubed is minus 12x cubed. And then I'm going to bring down the rest, so I have a plus 6x squared, a minus 3x, and a plus 1. All of these things come down. Okay. And then the problem starts itself over again. So I look at the first terms, okay, and I say, what's negative 12 divided by 2? Well, that's a negative 6. And what's x cubed divided by x? Well, that's an x squared. Okay. And then I'm going to multiply, so I'm going to distribute this to both terms over here in my divisor. Negative 6 times 2 is negative 12x cubed. Negative 6 times positive 3 is a negative 18x squared. Okay. So I've divided, I've multiplied, and now I'm going to subtract, which means I'm going to switch the signs. So I'm going to switch colors here just to emphasize this. So I'm going to make this a positive and make this a positive. Okay. And then once I do that, I'm going to bring down. These guys are going to cancel just like they always do. If you're doing it right, that first term should always cancel out. 6 plus 18 is a 24x squared. And then I bring down the others, so minus 3x and a plus 1. And then I repeat. 24x squared divided by 2x is 12x, because 24 divided by 2 is 12, x squared divided by x is x. And then I'm going to multiply. 12x times 2x is 24x squared. 12x times 3 is 36x. So I divided, I multiplied, now I'm going to subtract, which flips the signs. So this guy's going to become a minus and a minus. They're going to cancel just like they should. I have a minus 3 and a minus 36 is a minus 39x. And I'm going to bring down my plus 1. Okay. Now, if you ever get stuck, for instance, you're saying to yourself, well, crap, what's negative 39x divided by 2x? You can also, when you get to the divide step, keep doing it in your head. So you could say negative 39x over 2x. Well, the x's are going to cancel and give me a negative 39 over 2. And so that's exactly what you put up here on your problem, is a minus 39 halves. Okay. And then negative 39 halves times 2x is going to be negative 39x. Negative 39 over 2 times 3, you could always do off to the side. Negative 39 over 2 times 3. Well, crud. Nothing cancels, so let's see. I don't have a calculator beside me. So 30 times 3 is, let's see, 90. And the 9 times the 3 is 27. And then if I add those together, 90 and 27, well, let's see, I get 7, 11. So this is going to be negative 117 over 2, because we do tops times top, bottom times bottom. So I'm going to get a negative 117 over 2. Oh, Mrs. Lowney, you picked a gross problem for your notes. Okay. I'm going to not get caught up in the fact that there's a fraction here. I'm going to let it roll right off of me. I multiplied. Now I need to flip my signs. So this is going to be a plus and a plus. These are going to cancel. To add these two together, I need a common denominator. So 1 is the same thing as 2 over 2, which means I'm going to get 119 over 2 as my remainder. Okay. So your final answer for a problem like this, the way that I want you to write it and box it, is you're going to write your quotient. So for me, let's see, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to write my quotient is 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 39 over 2, okay, plus your remainder, which is this guy, over your divisor. So my remainder is 119 over 2 over my divisor, which is 2x plus 3. And then, oh goodness, technically we shouldn't have a triple-decker fraction here, so we should do dividing fractions as easy as pie, flip the bottom, and multiply. So our real answer would be 4x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 39 over 2 plus, let's see, 119 times 1 is 119, and we have 2 times 2x plus 3 on the bottom there. Here is the answer to our long division problem. That's it for notes. For practice problems, please check the blog. I'll put a couple problems up that I want you guys to do out of the textbook. All right, thanks guys. Good night.